Hi guys and welcome. I have been asked by a number of my friends to do a video to put on YouTube of a shop tour. I've been doing this for 5 or 6 years now. I was actually started up, believe it or not, by Third Coast Craftsman, who's a guy I love to watch on YouTube. You should really check him out if you haven't, but you probably have if you're watching this video regarding woodworking. So come on in and I'll do a wee quick shop tour and go through some of my tools that I love to use. So inside the shop, here we are. From the offset, as you walk in the door, I run straight away with the sander. Pretty much used every day. It's a great wee workhorse. It does what I need it to do, and it has good durability when you need to get into the wee bits. Into the chisels. The chisels, I like using chisels. They work really well. It's good to get the hands-on experience with the wood. If I'm not mistaken, Samurai Carpenter, he's fantastic with the chisels, I'll be honest. It's actually embarrassing when I watch him just how bad I am, but we all have to start somewhere, so we do. I'm also into the likes of jewellery boxes and music boxes, so I like to keep all the small tools, screws, wee nuts and bolts and things like that very handy here so I can get access to them. I'm not a drawer fan. Some of the guys on YouTube do some fantastic videos about doing big stations with drawers and that on them. I find if I put stuff in the drawers, disappears and never see it again, so it's handier for me that way, so it is as well. We have here, it was a birthday present. This is an Axminster work table, cracker table. Again, this would be possibly one of the most used items in the shop, so it is. With the twin vices and the dogs there as well, just so I can get good hold when I'm doing the woodwork as well. Only a small Titan bandsaw. Again, more from a wee work projects, the smaller work projects that are used from here. It gives me a wee bit more accuracy when I'm trying to get into those cuts and that. Good wee machine. Anybody starting out, this was my first starter. I think it was about 110, 120 pounds. UK, we're based in Northern Ireland here. It's great. It does exactly what it says in the tin to get yourself started in that. Working over to here, this was also a birthday present, I think, my big 40th. I'll not say how far back it is, but this one came from my father, so it did, from a 40th. She is great. This one here is from Charnwood. And it is a W619. Don't know what that means, but it has a good cast iron top, great blade angles with the 45, and we also have the slider and that, so it gives me a better cut and access to my close-up bites, as I like to sneak up on a lot of tools. I'm terrible for measuring, if I'm being totally honest with you. My maths is out the window, so I would look at something, work it out, and go at it, but sneak up on a lot of the time there, because I just don't see any way in sitting down with measurements and working them out that way. On my favourite tool, this is what got me all started, along with watching the Third Coast Craftsman. I had a friend who gave me an old lathe, which I can show you in a wee minute, but it moved me on to buying a good Charnwood lathe here. This bad boy has done everything I've needed to do. Or if you had an argument, I suppose its breadth for putting a wee bit of a turn on and want to do something larger would be a small issue, but look, I work with it, it's great. I've built up some good chisels and a couple of the items that are over the years that I've practiced on as I've improved myself in that. I would highly recommend, if somebody is looking to start up something that size, it's great. I keep a small press drill beside it because I'm trying to bore something out before I get onto it. It's really good to have. Doesn't cause any confusion from jumping from one to the other. It keeps them together. Full bore vacuum cleaner. I have a few things connected to it. The full bore is a good wee system. I don't have a great system where I can collect a lot of dust. It is a small shop and it's just me, but I would like in the future to look at upgrading some dust extraction system. If anybody has experience with that, please drop me a link at the bottom, because it all helps. And obviously do the subscribe thing as well, I think is what to say. But in terms of the ventilation, I also got the AC 400 air cleaner only maybe a week or two ago. Fantastic system, really quiet, and really good to have the timer, so you can have a 1, 2 and 4 hour system, so it can set it on and run accordingly, so it's good. Wee router table, very tiny, very primitive, but again, does what I needed to do. It's nothing fancy. And then I have my full bore color drill. She's great, real heavy duty, can give me right up to about a 2.5 foot drill drop, so it gives a real good depth for anything that I'm going into. One of my new friends here, this is the W730. This is also the big bandsaw. It is a 12-inch cutthroat, which gives me a lot more access to get in and out from a bigger stuff before I put it onto the wood turner knob. Cast iron top, and I must admit, great system. We've got sharpening here. A lot of people like to keep things handy to everything so you get a flow. So we'll do a lot of my sharpening here from the things, and again some smaller tools and that I keep handy. But yeah, definitely with the sharpening, pretty standard. I could upgrade it, but like all of you out there, we're all on a budget. I work in sales myself full time, so it's great just to get in here and disappear and get stuck into wee projects of my own. Here's the Van Hoss. I had a look at a few of these. There was ones that are more expensive and do a better job, but I got this for I think about 120, and it's really good. Oscillating spinner gets the job done and works well for me. Again, each to their own. I've seen some that are £2,000 and £3,000 and amazing systems, but we only have so much money to spend. Cordless section here. I try to keep all my charging stations good there as well. And handy, so you can literally go in, click, press, and go to wherever it is in the desk that I'm using, so I am. And of course, all my tools up here. Thinking of doing something there, if anybody wants to give me a few ideas there. It's looking a wee bit messy in terms of the tools that are set up, so I would like to maybe do something there, so I would. And then my wee Shepa, this is a very small, fine saw. That's an SD1600. It's really fast, really gets into these things. But it wouldn't take thick wood. Definitely wouldn't take anything up to about half an inch to an inch, and then you're really starting to struggle with it, so you are. But again, it's just for the very small, intricate work that it wouldn't do a huge amount of, so it wouldn't. So what we're going to do, take you around to the miter station, and then of course my planer, just to give you a wee view of my new setup with it as well. So here we are at the miter station. I've actually recently only done this up. I was impressed myself by doing it. Took a few ideas from guys over the years that have been on YouTube and doing stations and that on it, and I must admit that it's been invaluable. Being able to set it up at the measurements that you want if you're doing multiple cuts, running the system, it really is good. This was done on a very tight budget during lockdown. We're only kind of coming out of lockdown here in Ireland now, but on this system here I did it with a tight budget, but being able to set everything up and having the cowl for the filter system and that, and being able to run roughly about 10 foot would be the maximum that I could cut with that. And then off to the side here, I have the Titan planer, and great wee job. Again, within budget, it does what I need it to do. I don't have anything ginormous, nothing really big that needs to plane in and out, so it does what we need to do for day to day. Lastly, I promised to show you this. This was the gift that I was given, and the gift that kept on giving. This was the original lathe I was given, and I decided to do it up. So this was an old draper that a friend gave me, and we got her up and running, and then I had practicing on it, and this is what really got me into the woodwork. It's a great system, so it is. So I'd highly advise anybody to buy something like this old if you've got a wee bit of work to fix it up and get using it, because they are brilliant, so they are. Excuse the video being so high. My son is, unlike me, is 6'10", so in case you're wondering why it's so high up and me sitting so low down, I am a normal sized person, even though the family call me manlet. So please let me know what you thought of the video. This is my first one, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.